Shalom. What's going on, y'all? Today, it's going to be a fun day because I get to try a new machine today. You know, I'm very excited. I have very high hopes for it because I was doing it yesterday. And all it is a simple free, not a free weight, but it's like a plate loaded chest press machine. Super kind of basic, but it looks cool. And I did it a little bit yesterday with a plate. I felt it on my chest pretty good. I might have to, figure out some things with it, but overall, from what I can see and what I felt, it felt pretty good. But we got a little bit of time, not too long, but but overall workout today is going to consist of that pressing movement, a push down movement, a fly, an overhead something. So, overall, it's going to be same as per usual, nothing crazy. But other than that, let's get into it. All right, so first movement today, we're going to be working on our mid-lower chest. This exercise isn't the best for mainly progressive overloading. It's not really for a strength thing, but really more just for a connection. So I'd say if you want to do this type of exercise, mainly do it for either pump or kind of just getting a really good contraction in your chest for your upcoming movements, like a pressing movement or another fly movement. But it's not entirely a bad movement for progressive overload. Just make sure you don't go too heavy because you can hurt your shoulders potentially. But make sure best way to do it is act like you're punching the ground actively and try to touch your elbows together. And for this, I just did 2 sets and trained to failure to do partials. Now we're going to be working on the mid-chest again after that fly type of movement. This is just going to feel a lot better on the squeeze and the stretch. Make sure you're training moderately heavy, but make sure you get a good squeeze at the top. This machine's really great right here because as you can kind of see from this angle, your hand and your arm path goes to the middle and then it stretches out. So it's just really good to hit that overall chest. But we're going to be training 2 sets. Like I said, moderately heavy to failure, add partials at the end, and I trained around the 6 to 10 rep range. Now what we got is a incline dumbbell press for the upper pec. Just a really good overall movement to get a deep stretch and a good squeeze to the top. Make sure you're trying to have the dumbbells as close to your collarbone up as you can. That's the best way you get the best stretch for your upper chest. Lower you go, the more mid-chest bias you'll get. But keep your elbows in and tucked. And yeah, like I said, just get a deep stretch, do some partials at the end. And if you get anything less than 4, go a little bit lighter. Now what we got is for the lateral head, a part of the tricep, just the outside part of the triceps. Make sure you keep your arms close to your side and tucked. Make sure you don't train too heavy for your ego lifting the weight. Don't swing the weight. Control the weight the whole time, up on the way up and on the way down. We're going to be training around the 5 to 10 rep range, and we're going to be just doing 2 to 3 sets for this. Now we're going to be training the long head of the tricep, which is on the inside part of the tricep. But we're going to be training moderately heavy on this, not too heavy, but heavy enough where we get a good and deep contraction. Make sure you keep your elbows tucked in when you're doing this movement. And then after you're done doing the kind of overhead skull crushers, make sure you kind of go in around your nose area and then slowly to your chest area and then start pressing. That way you get the most effective workout out of this. Now this is mainly for pump at the end, just to get more blood flow and whatever out of the area. Make sure you fatigue your arm at the end. So we're going to be training moderately, kind of light for this, but not too light. But just get a really good squeeze. And yeah, you don't really need to get a whole deep stretch when you're doing this, because really for a pump and when you're kind of fatiguing, you don't need to have the best form always, but just make sure you're at least getting the squeeze. So at the end range of motion part usually. And I just trained a set of this. Last move of the day, we're just going to be doing another pump set just for our chest this time and our front delts. It's the exact same thing as before, but we're just going a little lighter, mainly just getting just a really good squeeze right there, just kind of a little bit of a stretch. But like I said, pump work is always just mainly the squeeze. That's where you get mainly the blood flow and the squeeze, and the whatever, not in the pump. Gotta say, that was one of my best workouts in a long time. For like, I don't even know, like the pump was pretty good. Like my skin just felt tight and everything, so I felt really good during that. But just in general, like the intensity and everything was really good. I thought of something, right, when I was working out. And it's a video from like a year ago or whatever, when Sam Sulek worked out with Samson Dauda, the bodybuilder guy. Both of them are bodybuilder guys, but I'm sure you know Sam Sulek more than Samson Dauda. But if you're in the gym community, I think you would know both. But, you know, oh my gosh. All right, there we go. Samson Dauda said something in it, for some reason came back to me randomly. I wasn't even thinking about their workout before my workout, or like I didn't watch their video or anything, but I'm gonna have to watch that video again to really recreate like the intensity and the form and everything that they do during that video, because it's great. But Samson, what he said to Sam was awesome, and it came to me was, are you trying to be strong, or are you trying to be a bodybuilder? And that really like popped out to me, because for a long time now, recently, like as you guys know, I was trying to change my my workout kind of, like not scheme, but like the way I work out. Because for a while, I was honestly training to be stronger, not bigger, right? And that stuck with me, because like today, I really did like the pump kind of lighter weight type of thing, and really like squeeze and stretch and stuff. Dude, it was a great workout. My chest still hurts from that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not any type of other way to put it, you know? And that's the way I want to recreate all my lifts. Obviously, I want to train heavy, you know, on like one of my lifts, couple of my lifts, but then the other lifts, like that one, like where I was going like this and I squeezed down, dude, I haven't felt my chest like that. Like that is probably the most I've felt my chest in a long time. Like I'm being so serious. I would get like a good stretch from my upper like pec, like right up here for like incline stuff. But like I would never really feel like the squeeze a whole lot. Like somewhat when I'm doing the pushing movements, like that one today, I don't know if I'm gonna do it again, because it wasn't really like my favorite type of like push movement. You know, I think there's better push movements, right? Like a incline barbell or something, I think is better than that. And it wasn't bad, I just didn't feel like it was as good as I wanted it to be. So overall, that machine was like I might include it every now and then, but it's not going to be a starter or like a finisher. It'll be in like the middle, kind of what I did today, but I don't know if I'll do it at my next chest workout or anything. Well, no, my next chest workout will be in Warren, so it actually won't be in my next chest workout for sure, but you know, something along those lines. But when it comes to just be honest with yourself about which machine actually feels good for you, because honestly, like I wasn't lying to myself about like stuff that felt good, but there was stuff that felt better, right? Like today, it really showed me that I don't need to do these specific machines to get a great workout. Like I don't need to do that crazy cool looking machine anymore. I really don't want to, because I could just do more of that squeezing stuff. You know, I could definitely progressive overload on it. It goes up to like 250 pounds. And I got like 111 or 120 pounds for my first thing, you know. And it's more of like a pump thing, rather, I think, because you don't get the best stretch from it. I might have to change the way I'm doing it. I might be doing it wrong, so I'm going to be more finicky with it next time I do it. But today, the way I felt it, I was perplexed, to be honest, you know. But other than that, can't really complain about anything, you know. Intensity was good. I sweat a lot. That's one thing in my workouts that always doesn't happen either. I don't always sweat like a whole bunch, but today, I don't know, like last leg day too, I sweated a bunch. My back day yesterday, I'm trying to think that I don't think I really sweat that much. And that's not because I'm not going intense or anything. I think it's the rep range I'm doing and like actually squeezing the muscle. Because when I squeeze the muscle more, I think I get more of a sweat. So I think it's really just actually feeling the muscle, you know? Because I was fuming. Like I was tired. But like with incline dumbbells today, I haven't done it for a bit, but I was pushing 90, 95s for, you know, like 6, 7, 8 reps. But today I did 80s and I got 4. And then 75s I got like 6 or 7. And that's all I needed. And I'm not saying I'm weaker, but just my form was different today, you know? Like the 80s, they felt good, but I felt something, not weird, but I felt like I could have got better, more. I felt like I could have done more efficient workout if I went a little bit lower, and I did that, and I was right about that. So it's just listening to my body, and I didn't feel like I was going to get injured by no means, but sometimes when I would do it on the 80s, I would feel it in my shoulder a little bit, not in a bad way, but I would just feel it activate or something. I was like, I don't want that. So then I went lower, put my elbows in a little bit more, and then I got more of a better squeeze and stretch at the top. So it just really depends on listening to your body. You know, your body's gonna tell you what it needs, and sometimes all it needs is just you to do a different exercise. That's really it. So, but other than that, y'all, that's it for me today. I hope you guys have a very blessed day, and I'll see y'all later. Goodbye.